Um, you know how there may be a presumption that when you go to Haiti, oh, are you going to a Vodou ceremony, and oh, Vodou this, Vodou that. I never had any presumptions at all. For me, you know, I went open, period. I was happy to be there, and I just was ready to receive whatever experiences that was going to be shown to us, because I was under good guys. You know, I just was. I was enjoying every day, and I slept, had my best sleep in Haiti. Every night I slept good. So that says a lot. Then we got to go to a Vodou ceremony. Mind you, I think we got to go to three at three different levels. One saluting the Loa at the shrine with Chief, with AYITI, and then we went to visit Makali's place in his godfather's Laku, which was pretty amazing. Like, he had this area that would hold at least 100 people and guests in the balcony. It was just super. And but Leogane, we took a top there, and I don't know if it was a 2 or 3 hour ride. We were dressed in our pearly whites, and it was just a few of us because it was kind of late, but I'm used to that. And at one point along the way, along the bumpy ride, we got to an area, a field area, you know, it just goes pitch black. You are just not going to see no lights up by the side of the road, right? Pitch black. And I was just feeling a little bit roots, like I needed to break out the top, start running across the field. And so I just really kind of had to like temper my thoughts, like, really? You know, so we were just making light of it. And I just feel like somebody was going to come out the bushes or something with a lamp and guide us. And so somebody came on the bike with a light to guide us, because we couldn't see. And so they were guiding the top to an area for us to get out. When we got out, I really wanted the lights to come out so I could see if it was a plantation, because it really felt like it. And nevertheless, just followed forward. And so there was an area that you had to cross to get to the other side to actually enter into the ceremony. And there were these planks over a creek. Now, I'm going to let you know, those planks, nobody maintenance the area, so it must have been cold that you had to jump 1, jump 2, space, jump 3, and then jump 4. If you missed, you were going to fall in the creek. And it wasn't like, oh, you could just walk. You had to leap to make it to the other side. Then when you made it to the other side, you had to stay to the right, because you would slide down the dirt hill in your whites in the creek. So my thought was, whoa, there's even cold even entering into the laku. But when you get there, the black pig greeted you. And then there were people who were on the grass area, would sleep on either side. God bless them. They've probably been working for 2 or 3 days. And then we entered past some vendors on the side and to this grand light and opening into the laku. And my God, it just, felt like Dahomey. I've never been to Dahomey. I've probably seen like loads of footages and talked with people who actually have. It certainly has reminded me of some places I've been deep in Bahia. And, it wasn't everybody wearing paysan skirts. I'm going to let you know. Folks had on their lapas and their mambo dresses, nicely tailored. People received you. They welcomed you. You did not feel like you were a stranger. And then, of course, again, we were prepared well by our leadership. So we engaged well. We received well by Makali. It was a ceremony by one of his cousins. And whatever my thoughts were about him being an initiated person, honey, it was just... yeah, he was. And then some. And then the mambos who sing in class, oh, there they were, And so, we got to sit down and, we were just received well. And what was amazing about the whole evening is just the deep funk of it all night long. Just, it would just be this drop and everybody would go into this deep funk. And then left and right, loa here, loa there, loa there, loa there. And then you just got to see the ritual of how things are carried out. The manner of it, the work, the decorum, so much to the point that it looked like a design and code you can follow. And so we were learning as that was going along. If we had questions, we would just kind of, inadvertently asked, and or we would be informed, and then there was time we just needed to be quiet and observe, and we did a lot of that too. But there was a lot of engagement, and I love the respect that they deferred to each clan or each group of people who held certain dominion over a particular loa. When they would come, this group of people would handle that, this group of people would handle that. One of the loa that I became acquainted with that night, it reminded me of a cross between Ogun and Shango, and so I learned it was Agaru, which had asked Portia. He had on like red and green, and he was completely present and boisterous and, oh my God, just extra in his virility and his vitality, and he's over the dominion of thunder. And I was just like, wow, okay. And then you saw just very deep and undulating, loa, and you just saw the pain ride through their body on the floor, just actually on the floor in the way that seemed contorted, like, completely filled and overcome, with spirit. And none of it malevolent, all of it divine, all of it clean, all of it cool. And we were cared for well in a very natural way of things. Some of us were just enduring the lay of the land, becoming acclimated, having come from the United States, going through stressful situations to get there. But there's a way that they made certain we were accommodated and we were comfortable. I was very much at home. I certainly did not want to leave, and was so glad that everybody was of the same accord, because it wouldn't have been as fulfilling. And finally we just had to leave because it was about to break of dawn. And by the time we left at the break of dawn and got home a little bit later, and then guess what? We had to get right back up and go to class. And all I can say is we saw Makali and all the mamas there like nothing ever happened. Honey, we knew we had been privy to something very personal to them, very, perhaps not secret to them because they live it and they are, Haitian, but for us, they didn't have to trust us to come. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt very privileged, and we felt a stronger kinship with them, in which they could continue to open up more to us and let us, engage in some discourse and some inquiry about one another, not just about the culture, but about each other's lives and what it was like for them to go through the earthquake and how they lived their lives. And I particularly loved, how the Mambos merged with Tassi, and she was bringing her brilliant gifts, singing liturgy, and that's not just Baptist based, but just letting ancestors sing through her so she can bring her stilo through the Vodou. And they're like, whoa. And so you have people singing like Tassi, because she was wailing it, when she was singing for Loa. And so I felt like that there was a grand benevolent nature about Vodou, is what I captured about Leogane. And it just further supported the lecture with Mambo Rachel and about the Loa. Its enormous quality of change for the better. The divine efforts, the science that's engaged in doing that. I can only imagine for people who are of Vodou. I notice I didn't say do Vodou. I said of Vodou. To carry on such a feat, whether it's in Haiti or whether it's in Togo or whether it's here in the United States. It's just that in Haiti, there is a kinship that I felt like so much of the traditions and in its essence it's just being maintained and retained in a way that still gives you that girth and deep and unearthing feeling. And I only got a glimpse of it, but a scratch, but for me in my life, for this breath right here, that means a lot to me. So Leogane was unforgettable.